So I've got a really simple belt setup, partly because I don't like a lot of clutter on my belt. I don't want to restrict my movement because a lot of the time I'm up and down the ladder, so I want to keep my legs free as well for going up and down the ladder. So I'm just going to show you a really simple belt setup. Hopefully you might pick up a few tips on the way that you might like. So I'm using, this is just a pretty standard Unger webbing belt. Like it 'cause it just has the quick release. So in between jobs I just take the whole belt on and off really quickly. Now on this side, just on my hip there, I have the this is the Unger Ergotech Ninja pouch. Okay, so the great thing about this is it's got two pockets there. So in the first pocket closest to me, keep a couple of seal cloths, usually 2 or 3 in there. You like to use these little yellow ones because they just fit nicely in your hand. Great for wiping around the seals. And then in the second pocket, always with me, I'll just keep my little squeegee, a Tory. It's been with me from the beginning, so I can't be parted from that. I always keep that in there, just handy. Then in the pocket on the front, I keep my little scraper. Now I really like this scraper, it's got a plastic housing, just retractable blade like that. So it's really quick, easy to use. It's got the long blade, but it doesn't rust. Well, the problem I used to use the little razor blade, little retractable metal razor blade, but the blade used to rust in there really quickly, and then it was useless. So this one I've had for quite a long time now, so I always keep that handy. That's just in there. Then around this side, my bucket on a belt, I'm using the Unger Ninja bucket on a belt, and the great thing about this Unger webbing belt is it has 2 loops here, which I like to utilize. So if you unclip the bucket, you'll see that the first loop here, see, I keep it clipped inside the loop. Now you can have it clipped on the outside of the loop like so, which you might find that a little bit easier if you want to unclip your bucket on a belt on and off between jobs and keep the rest of your belt on. You might prefer to have it in that way. I really like to have it underneath there. It keeps it nice and close to my leg, so it's not going to move around too much. Now you notice that I've got these loops reinforced with a cable tie, just because in the past I've found the stitching can come away in time, so I've just reinforced them with cable ties just to keep those loops in place. So the second loop here, I tend to like to keep a microfiber or a second scrim, so I keep one scrim over my shoulder all the time for wiping round, or I might alternate between the microfiber and the scrim depending on the type of window, so I always keep that on there. Now the bucket on a belt, I'm using the Unger Ninja sleeve. I really like the Unger Ninja sleeve with the little scrubby strip and the non-abrasive pads on each end. I find that really useful, and I prefer the smaller handle of the Ergotech handle. I really like the smaller handle. You can whip it around nicely like that. And we have in here the squeegees. Right, now issue I've had here with the bucket on a belt, I'm going to show you. If you have 2 Ninja squeegees side by side as intended, a couple of issues here. They don't fit that well into the slots where they're meant to fit, but also if you come in, you can see the way they sit there, they actually rub on the plastic of the bucket. So in no time at all, you've got a notch worn on the blade and it's no longer good for working with. So the way I've got around that, a little trick for you, is I actually, rather than putting the squeegee in that slot there, I'll actually put it in that slot there. And it just sits in there a little bit nicer, and the squeegee rubber doesn't tend to rub on the bucket. It's held from touching anything. So that's a little tip for you. I really prefer to use it like that. Now if I want to carry a second squeegee, I really still like this S Plus channel on the little Ergotech handle. So sometimes I have a second squeegee in there. where that blade is, so that's really good. Sometimes I'll slip another squeegee in there, or even in there behind that one like that, so that way I can still carry 2 squeegees. Now another setup you could have, if you weren't using the Unger webbing belt with the loops like this, you could have a leather holster there to carry secondary squeegees, so you can carry more than one. That would be a really good idea. Apart from that, that is it. That's my belt setup. So, hope you liked it. Like the video, why not subscribe? Check out what else is on my channel. See you soon. Thanks for watching.